fight till the end. We'll fight till the end. When you fuck empty, we'll fight till the end. We'll fight till the end. We'll fight till the end. When you fuck empty, we'll fight till the end.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Taff again for another Taff's Word, and this one is labelled 6 Cup Finals. We've got 6 games left in the season, and as everyone has said, yep, we are 6 Cup Finals away from the end of the season and probable relegation. I mean, we've got to be realistic with this one now, right? Relegation is looming. We're 5 points still to get back out of 6 games. But the only thing that we got going for us is that we're winning games now. We've won at home, we're winning away, and we've been putting points out of the bag now. Whereas under Wesley, under Feeney, we were losing these games. So Flinney has certainly put an awful lot of pride back in the shirt, and well, it's just nice to actually be going away from the ground and actually being happy with a win. You know, going away feeling positive, you know, instead of going away thinking we're probably going to lose, but I got to go because you never know. You know, actually going there thinking we can win today. You know, it just makes the trip that much better when you're on the way. You're upbeat. You know, you're feeling like there's really something about the team now. You know, I mean, for me, this is the best it's felt. You know, as far as the team's concerned, because obviously everything else is shit right now. It's been a shit season. Just shit after shit after shit. It's just been awful. But now it's like is where I've really felt that there's something about the team. You know, since Justin Edinburgh left, you know, even under Sheridan, you didn't really feel like there was, you know, I can put it. It's a difficult one to explain. I mean, under Sheridan, we didn't have many great days, like except for obviously winning 4-1 at Bristol Rovers was nice. But now, under Flynn, you know, it's difficult to explain. It's just that feeling you get in there, and you really feel like something good can come of finally something good can come of it. You know, I'm sorry if I ballsed all that up. You know, it's just a difficult one to explain. You know, it's just the team have got under my skin now. I really feel like I have to be at every game. I have to get there no matter what. You know, Exeter away, to be honest with you, the last 3 of the season, I was thinking I'm going to have to skip one, you know, because, you know, money, it's an expensive hobby, following football, and you know, when you go every week, you know, away trips are costly, but no matter what, I've got to get to that away trip, you know, I've got to be there, I've got to be in Plymouth, I've got to get to Carlisle, because at the end of the day, I think we're pushing it right till the final game, and see, you got to be realistic. It's a probable relegation, but we've given ourselves the best chance we could. If Wesley was still here, would be done by now. I think it would be up, would be gone. There'd be no coming back at all. I think Leighton Orient are gone without question, and you got to feel for them. It's not particularly a nice situation to be in, but they got the support and the club stature that, you know, if they can sort out their financial woes, they'll be back. With us, it's a different question. Will we be back? Well, we don't know. I mean, we had Les's money, Justin Edinburgh's team, you know, what that one magical season. Can that happen again? Well, it's something which I've covered quite a lot, you know, on the possibilities of going down, on how we could get back up. So I'm not going to go into that again. But this is about our 6 Cup Finals, and it starts against a team, the only team, in my opinion, other than Leighton Orient, that pumped us at home. And that was Exeter, when they smashed us 4-1. And they were towards the bottom end, and they'd picked up a win or two, you know, picking up a little bit of form. But then they really went on a run after they beat us 4-1. And they find themselves in the playoff mix now. So I can't help but think we owe them one, because the way they tore us apart, and Wesley's shit team selection and shit tactics allowed them to tear us apart. With Flinney and the team selection he'll make and the tactics he's been playing, I don't think they're going to be getting an easy game, but I think their fans are going to be expecting to beat us, I think they're going to be a little bit disappointed. I think we can get a point on the weekend, and I know the others have got some difficult games coming up, but then at the end of the day they got winnable games. Like Charlton beat Morecambe on the weekend, but Morecambe, I was having a chat with a County fan earlier, and he said, to be honest with you, I can't see where Morecambe are going to pick up any more points. Their players ain't getting paid, and they're not playing for them. So 10 points Morecambe. I mean, if we got 11 points and they didn't get any more points, but at the end of the day they're going to pick up a point or two somewhere along the line, so it's like I say, it's improbable that Morecambe would be in the mix, but you can't rule that one out. I've seen stranger things happen. I mean, the way Bristol Rovers went down, no one saw that coming. I think Hartlepool are on a downer. Cheltenham played against a crap team. Hopefully it doesn't give them a bit of confidence to go into the next game. But if they lose their next game, if we spoilt the party down in Exeter and got the win, I mean, oh my God, how good would that be? We go down there, we get the win, the others lose, and it's 2 and 3 points in it. Then it's going to get interesting. Then we are one game away from getting ourselves out of relegation. It's just so much speculation and so many ifs and buts, and if this happens, but what if this happens? It's damaging, It's stressing me out. It's damaging. It's really, really tough to take at the moment. You believe that we can do it. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying I'd rather us just be down already, so I didn't have to go through the stress, because I don't care how much stress I got to go through. If we can save ourselves from relegation, it'd be worth every second of it. But I'd rather be in a position where we know. To ease the nerves, to ease the stress, so the games are not so tense. But at the end of the day, how can you predict this? Who can really predict it? I mean, the experts are going to say we're going to go down, but as Newport County fans, we're not accepting it. And obviously, we heard us sing on the weekend, we fight to the end. I mean, we got to fight to the end, We really, really have to fight. And, it's just show that we're not going down without that fight. So they're not going to be too quick to forget about us. We're going to go down with higher spirits, with more of a bounce back, and then they're going to remember us. And when we come back, oh yeah, that Newport, fucking hell, they're hard to play against. Under Flynn, they really hard to play against. The springboard of promotion. Then I think we upset a few teams, but we got to go down first for that to happen. But I personally think that if Flynn keeps us up, he's got to get the job. That's the one thing a lot of people are saying. Not just the freedom of the city, but a tenure, a Newport County managerial tenure. We got to get Lenny Lawrence in on a full-time basis. Get him on a 2-year director of football contract. Even get Byron Anthony involved in the first team. With Wayne Hatswell. Good to see Danny Elliott back in the mix. Because I know he worked well with the first team when Edinburgh was manager. It was good to see him on the bench again. No, I just think that we've given ourselves the best chance. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Flynn. Even now, even if we go down, he's got to get the job full time, in my opinion. And I think if you got me on Facebook, you would have seen something that I said. Wesley boasting a 50% win record. Well, guess what? You didn't have a 50% win record with us, but Michael Flynn has. So, you can stick your fucking bullshit up your ass, Wesley, as far as I'm concerned. Because Flynn's the one who's doing it for us. I mean, I know Feeney will turn around and say he felt, I felt he was unlucky. But the fact is, football's a results game. He didn't get the results. He got the sack. And there's a lot of managers out there who'll get him the sack for a lot less. I mean, look at Gary Rowett, for example. So at least we had substance behind our reasoning for sacking him. Wesley, people... This is doing my head in a little bit now, right? Because people are saying, oh, bored, fucking bored and all that. Should have sacked him earlier, should have sacked him 4 games earlier. But if you look at the record that he had 4 games previous to his sacking, it wouldn't have been a justifiable sacking. We'd have just sacked him for the sake of sacking him. As much as he was becoming a plonker by then, and people were starting to see through his bullshit, at the end of the day, his record wasn't a sackable record. But after what happened with Leyton Orient, it had to happen. And I think the board listened to the fans, being fans themselves as well. If they felt anything close to the rest of us, that's why the decision was made. It was an easy decision to make in the end, and it's working miracles for us at the moment, because the biggest miracle I think this club would ever go through, I think getting back to the Football League is the biggest miracle this club have ever been through. This would be the next best thing. This would be the next best miracle that this club have been part of, is staying up this season. And I think, like I say, it's too tough to call right now. It's so stressful, game in, game out, edging closer. It's not good for any of us, but at the end of the day, the support has been phenomenal. It was great to see such a good crowd. I hope that we get that kind of crowd, regardless of whether there's an offer or not. I hope we get that crowd at the next game, because I've got a feeling that the next game could be the one that could see us out if we can get the result down in Exeter. It's all ifs and buts at the moment, but if I'm going to put my ass on the line and say whether we're going to stay up, I've got to say we're going to. There's being real, but then there's being a passionate supporter of the club, and you're not a passionate supporter of the club unless you believe we can stay up and you believe Flynn's going to do the job for us. So there we go. So 6 cup finals, first one on Saturday, and I hope plenty of you are going to be going there. Because at the end of the day, even if we're staring relegation in the face, even if you think we're going to lose, we could go down. This could be your last chance to get to some Football League grounds before we do. But like I said, I'm putting my ass on the line and saying that we're going to stay up. So at the very least, we should be going there in numbers to show that team our support. Like, at the end of the day, if it's worth dipping in your pocket to get to as many games as you can, if you care about this club at all, now is the time to absolutely go and do it. So keep the crowds up. Let's keep this club in the Football League, and actually, as a city, show that we want and most importantly deserve a Football League team. Alright, so hope to see many of you down there on Saturday in Exeter. And once again, thanks for watching. Up the county.